Hi team, welcome along to another health and wellbeing check-in. Today, Tracy is going to talk to us about helping teenagers tolerate this uncertain world that we're living in at the moment. Hi Trace.
Hi Rach, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Beautiful earrings, you're very trendy.
Yeah, Thailand, those ones. One day.
Now, team, today we're diving into the whole uncertainty piece. Naturally, we're used to working with quite a certain world. A lot of us like structure, but unfortunately, at the moment, a lot of that is out of our control. So particularly when we've got teenagers under our roof, we need to think about strategies and ways in which we can help support them through. And Tracy's got some sort of pointers here that she's sort of dived into with her and her family. So where do we start with this one, Trace?
So I've got three teenagers who are 15, 17 and 19. I had to think about that because we just had a couple of birthdays.
Yes.
And although we're uncertain, I think one of the things that we can do is, I think, trying to create some kind of routine at home with what we're dealing with. So we don't have the normal routines, but we can create a routine with what we've got.
Yes.
And I think that creates certainty for them. So it's what we're going to do throughout the day, what's expected during the day, chores, all those sorts of things. Consistent as possible, trying to do bedtimes, what they can expect from me as a routine. So I'm communicate with them usually the night before, saying this is what you can expect, this is when I'm available tomorrow, this is when I'm not, this is what I will be doing, so they can be certain of when they can contact me and when I'm available to them, and that really works. And I just sort of had a few conversations because they get a bit upset, why are we in this? But explaining to them why we're doing it, because we want to keep the community safe and that it's really important that we're doing this. So I know that it's a sacrifice, but when it's like anything, when they feel that they're actually contributing to getting us out of this situation, that can also make them feel better.
Yes, yeah, and make them really understand, the sort of climate and what we're all living through. The Resilience Project in particular talked to sort of the GEM principles, and that's gratitude, empathy, mindfulness. So you've sort of made a note here around sort of that gratitude space. So talk to me about how you work that through with your family and with your girls.
So we often talk about what we're grateful for, and when we do have family dinners, which isn't every night, a few nights a week.
Yep.
Part of that is that they have to say, like, since the last, something that they're grateful for.
Awesome.
And it can be the smallest thing. It can be a cuddle from the cat or something like that, because we know that when you focus on something that you're grateful for, you can't feel bad. So you have to remember that you have a lot of things to be grateful for. And when we look around the world, I think we should be really grateful for what we do have.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's just a reminder of, that we've got a nice, we've got a home, we've got a cat, we've got a dog. It's very much getting back to those basic things that we have.
Yeah.
Anything that you have that's small, that gives you joy. It might be like you live near a park, or you live near the beach, or grateful for your friends, for the fact that you've got amazing teachers that are helping you to be educated during this time, for the technology that we have, that you can still keep up with your work. So instead of focusing on that negative, just touching base with a couple of positives can sort of help them to get through it and feel a bit better about the situation.
Absolutely. And so one of the gifts of this period is that we do have a lot of time on our hands. So, in an attempt to make the most of this situation, we can sort of create little goals for ourselves. What have you done in your space and with your family?
So with the family, they've all learned so many things. It hasn't been so much goals, but we were talking about it. They've created them for themselves. So they've learned, we've bought a lot of board games. They learned to play board games, taught them a lot of card games that they'd never learned before. I've actually taught them how to use the washing machine.
Yes.
A few things around the house, how to use the iron. Just a few things about the way I like things done around the house that I would normally do, but they are here. Yeah. So now I'm sort of creating them and getting them capable to be able to sort of manage themselves, and that gives them a sense of achievement. It's even like things like, how do I put a fitted sheet on my bed? How do I put a doona cover on?
Totally, and all the life skills.
So that's been really great. So we've done that. we've all, sometimes it can even be like, I know there's a lot of things online, but we found a couple of games that are on the computer that are really good for them. So that actually create creative games instead of just mind-numbingly looking at a computer. So if they're going to be on their device or their computer, maybe you can find something that's a little bit educational or a little bit creative. So all those sorts of things have helped. And I think it'll be interesting when we look back at how much they have learned.
Yeah.
And for myself, I've learned all of this technology. I mean, the amount of stuff that I didn't know about doing Zoom and Microsoft Teams and a whole lot of technology, I feel like my education has gone off the charts. So I don't think I'm going to come out and feel that it was time that was lost.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel like I've had to, I know that everybody uses this word, but pivot and learn a whole lot of new skills that I definitely can take into the future. And I think the kids have too.
I think, yeah. And I think, I spoke to Sophie Horton about this in another health and wellbeing or health and wellbeing check-in a couple of weeks ago. And what we spoke about in that space was around giving yourself something that your future self will thank you for. And, for university students and school students, whilst it's not the most exciting time of our life, doing all the hard work because we've got so much time now, focusing on, your education and your upskilling and your life admin, so that when, our world opens up again, that you're better positioned to do the things that you love to do. And you can do that because you've then got time, because you've done all of your schoolwork.
Absolutely. And bringing that back to exercise, Rach, and I've done this with my kids, it's not a time just to sit around. If you continue to exercise and move your body, then when you do get back to the gym or get back to school and get to playing sports, you're not going to start from ground zero. You're actually going to still be fit and healthy and well and strong. So maintaining that fitness, so that keeps them feeling good every day. But it also will mean that they haven't wasted this time and lost all that strength and that fitness. They've actually maintained it, and then they can hit the ground running when it's all over.
Absolutely. And so obviously the connection piece and the love and connection and the sense of belonging with your networks, we don't see everyone every day. We see our colleagues and those that we call over FaceTime. But I mean, how have you communicated that to your girls with regards to their friends? And you mentioned in one of our previous clips that this is their time where they, would be sort of going out and, living their life. So how have you sort of helped with that?
Well, they do the same things that we do. So they connect over Zoom or whatever platform that they're using, or WhatsApp, and they have lots of different groups. And as I said before, there's a couple of games that my kids are actually playing online that are played in groups.
Awesome.
So it's similar to this. So you've got all the faces up there and then they take turns. So instead of doing that isolating game playing, they're actually doing it and they're communicating. So I often listen through the door. And I can hear them laughing and coming up with strategies to do things. So it's like that collaborative work that they're doing. But it's also about them remembering. So they've got a nana and a nonna. So remembering those people, so that connection. And so they all have to make sure that they connect with both of them at least once a week.
Lovely.
Not only is that great for their grandmothers, but also it's great for them as well, because I said explaining to them what a difference that makes in their life that you do that. So that gives you, when you do something for someone else, you always feel better about yourself as well. So I think they're sort of realizing that, and I think they've developed a really even closer relationship with them because they feel needed by them.
Absolutely. And they go above and beyond to maintain that connection, which is really special. Awesome. Well, team, if you've got any questions for Tracy, or you've got any topics that you would like us to talk about, please don't hesitate to comment below. Otherwise, Tracy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for what you're contributing to Glenara Leisure and our community. And we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Thanks again.
Thanks. Love being part of the community. See you all soon. Bye.
Bye. Take care.